Hello and welcome to the latest Breath of Fresh Air Shorty. It's the first one in a while, especially from me. But it is me, Charles, back with y'all. Um, Before I get to the topic for today, let's do a little bit of housekeeping uh, for the Breath of Fresh Air webcast in general. So I don't know if you guys saw it on Facebook, but if you didn't, I had made an announcement we were going to take a little bit of a break from the webcast. Reason being is because, well, I have a lot going on in life right now, but it's all good. It's really just me getting life right, getting the career path right, and getting the webcast right. So uh, I've been promising a lot of things coming with this product, and I'm just gonna take that time a little bit to get everything together to come through on those additions, on those improvements that I have been promising for probably the better part of a couple of years now. But now is definitely the right time to bring those things out. The foundation is laid with this product, and now it's time to start making those improvements, those adjustments, and by the time we come back with the webcast, it'll be a cleaner product, uh, and it will still have the same content in terms of it being raw and uncut. That part is not changing. We will still be what you remember from Patrick and myself in terms of just being raw, being unscripted, being unedited in terms of the content. Now, there will be some graphic additions, there'll be some new things coming up. Some of the things that we have implemented a little bit, we will do more of those as time goes on. But the shorties and the blog that will still continue as we go a long time, and then you will know when we're ready to return with the webcast. So this is just me uh, taking a little bit of a step back just to evaluate where the product is, how we can improve it going forward to make it the best possible product we can bring for from us to y'all, the fans and the viewers who have been so gracious and just so supportive of what we've been bringing to the airwaves. So that's what's going on there. With that, let's get to the topic for today. And it is, ooh, gotta make sure I got the camera more centered. I'm gonna fade away. Uh, so we will get into the NFL because the NFL on Thursday unveiled their schedule release. Now, of course, I know there's a lot of action in the NBA playoffs going on and in the NHL playoffs, and I will definitely come back with another shorty to cover some of that probably within the next few days. But for today, I wanted to talk about the NFL because they did their schedule release. Now, if you anybody who's been paying attention to the NFL knows they cannot go too long without having the spotlight on them. And the schedule release is one of those things where it's it's overrated. Just to be real and perfectly honest with y'all. I'm always being honest. I'm gonna stop saying that. But the NFL schedule release, it's just an overrated, overhyped thing because the teams and mostly everybody who follows the NFL, they already know who's going to be on the schedule. The only thing that's being told, that's being, I guess, unveiled, is when they are playing. It's when the Thursday night games are playing, who's going to be in the Thursday night games. And with that, the NFL has done the job that, I mean, they've been, you know how they are with their marketing. They're going to make a big deal out of it. They're going to put it on prime time. But throughout the week, they have been bringing out a few games that you know is going to be on the schedule, and you already knew when it was going to be on the schedule. So really, the Thursday night part of it is just unveiling the rest of the schedule. Who's going to play who on this Sunday, that Thursday, that Monday. Black Friday game had already been unveiled. The Thanksgiving schedule, I mean, most people know who's going to be there. And it's really just another overhyped thing that the NFL does. But really, it's just about the NFL just having a monthly event, really, to make sure they're being talked about in some way, shape, or form. Just think about how they do their marketing. So, you have the season that starts in September. They play until late December, early January for the regular season. Then you have the playoffs going on throughout January. You have the Super Bowl in February. A few weeks after that, now it's the NFL Combine. And all that gets talked about throughout March in terms of the Combine, in terms of all these measurables that these players have going into the NFL draft. They do their pro days at their respective colleges. And then in April, you have the NFL draft. So now the draft happens. Come May, which brings me to this event that we've been talking about with the NFL schedule. That's your May event, NFL schedule. It's getting unveiled. And then you get into June. Now that's the start of OTAs, your organized team activities, mandatory mini camps, whatever you want to call them. And then July starts training camp for all the teams to come in there. And then August you have preseason. So every month there's always something going on with the NFL. It is truly a year event. It is never, ever again going to be one of those things where, oh, the season is over and it's time for the NFL to take some time off. No, the NFL has made it. They have created events to where you are talking about them each and every month, weeks at a time. And hey, look, it's a good marketing schedule, but again, that a lot of the stuff it's really overhyped. The draft to me, or the process leading up to the draft, that's overhyped. I really didn't get into that a whole bunch, but I mean, when it comes to talking about these players and what their measurables are, how they look in shirt and shorts, how they look at a pro day that's scripted for them to look good, it's really overrated because it's not like you didn't know these players could do that. You always knew, like for Anthony Richardson, for an example, you always knew he was a genetic freak. If he was a freak athlete, he was like that in high school. So why is it when he has a good combine day, all of a sudden everyone's like, oh my God, he's a freak? You already knew he was a freak. Bryce Young, you already knew he was short. So I don't understand how this is a issue when you knew he was short. He played that way in Alabama. He played like that in high school. There's no reason to hype this up like it's some sort of a revelation. But I I just love how the NFL has turned overrated and overhyped events and have turned it into big time marketing events. And hey, we as fans, we're always looking ahead to it. I guess my thing is I don't understand why, especially with this schedule, when you already know who's going to be on the schedule. The only thing that's really being unveiled is when. And now, okay, you know when the schedule is going to be played. Now I guess everybody can make their predictions. There's still a whole summer left before we can even start talking about games. Well, games that count, I guess. Well, that is what I'm breathing on for today. And y'all make sure y'all go by the Breath of Fresh Air YouTube channel, smash that subscribe button, and keep the likes coming on follow the Breath of Fresh Air Facebook page. So, like I said, I don't know exactly when the webcast is going to return, but I can promise you when it does, it will be a, a better product for everybody. And we're working on those things now, and hopefully it won't be too long. But for the meantime, the shorties will still come, and we'll hope you just go on there and you'll be alerted as soon as you subscribe to the channel. All right, you guys take care. Y'all have a good weekend, and I should be back next week. Take care.